Hey y'all, how are you? Welcome back, Jackson and Haskell here. So the video coming after this on November 30th, we are talking about December 2025 behind the scenes with BTS, which is great. I'm really excited. And I have this video coming on 29th, which I'm filming right now. We're talking about X-Men 97, which is great. Season 1. We don't know when Season 2 will come out, but 2026 most likely. Next TV show, December 2nd will be Supernatural TV show general overview, which is great. And here we go. Um, sorry, I think I was gonna say. Yeah, here we go. X-Men 97 season 1 consists of 10 episodes. It ran from May 20. It ran from May 20th to May 15th, 2024. March 20th, sorry, to May 15th. Here we go. First episode. To Me, My X-Men. Directed by Jake Castaneda, written by Bo DiMeo, which is cool. March 20th, 2024. 1 year after Hendrik Peter Gyrich's assassination attempt on Professor X, um, leading to Xavier leaving Earth with the alien Shi'ar and being presumed dead. It was depicted in season 5 of X-Men animated series, Graduation Day, final episode. X-Men continue his mission of defending mutants and humans alike. Xavier's supposed death has led to X-Men being legally sanctioned by the UN. They save a young mutant, Roberta DaCosta Sunspot, from the anti-mutant group Friends of Humanity, FOH, who are using Sentinel technology to find Sentinel creator Bolivar Trask. X-Men visit Kyrich in prison, and Jean Grey probes his mind using machine Cerebro to amplify her psychic abilities. She locates Trask at a junkyard in the Sahara, but also receives a horrifying premonition. X-Men destroy the remnants of several Sentinel and a master remote supercomputer at the junkyard and apprehend Trask. Cyclops and a pregnant Jean announce they are leaving the X-Men to raise their son in safety. They are interrupted by their former adversary Magneto, who reveals that Xavier gave him control of the X-Men and Xavier's school for the mutants as the last will and testament. Episode number 2 is Mutant Liberation Begins, directed by Chase Conley, which is cool. Written by Bo DiMeo, March 20th, 2024. Magneto begins saving both humans and mutants and frees from killing anti-mutant militants. A distrustful Cyclops and Jean decide to stay with X-Men while Rogue sympathizes with Magneto struggles. When UN forces led by Dr. Valerie Cooper attempt to arrest Magneto for his past terrorism, he agrees to surrender and face trial to prove himself. During a trial at the UN's headquarters, the FOH Forensic Humanity staged an attack. Their leader, Executioner, shoots at Magneto with a depowering radiation blast. Storm takes a hit for him and loses her abilities. Jean goes in labor, and Rogue is forced to absorb and Opposition's knowledge when he refuses to deliver a mutant's baby. Jean gives birth to a son who she and Cyclops keep Nathan, also later known as Cable. After Magneto apprehends Executioner and stops assailant assault, he is pardoned and discussions begin for the mutant nation of Genosha to join the UN. Beast tells Storm that the plastic power her permanently and leaves the team to find a new meaning in life. While discussing her decision, X-Men are surprised by the sudden arrival of a woman who looks similar to Jean Grey. Similar to Jean. Next one, Fire Made Flash. Directed by Emi Yonomura, written by Bo DiMeo and Charlie Feldman. March 27, 2024. Peace determines that Jean lookalike is actually the real Jean Grey. Villain is Mr. Sinister contacts the other Jean, Billy Irving clone. He created to gain access to her and Cyclops DNA. Sinister takes control of her mind, turning into the Goblin Queen, Madeline Pryor. She gives Nathan to Sinister and subjects the X-Men to horrific visions based on their own fears. Morph, who was previously corrupted and controlled by Sinister, leads X-Men to one of Sinister's labs where they find him infecting Nathan with a techno-organic virus. Under belief that will make the child invisible, Real Jean confronts the Goblin Queen telepathically and uses their shared memories to free her from Sinister's control. The clone Jean and Cyclops save Nathan, who is left gravely ill while Sinister escapes. The clone Jay gives Nathan to the time-traveling ally, Bishop, so he can find a cure for the virus in the future. She even takes the name Madeline Pryor and leaves the team. Elsewhere, a mutant named Forge introduces himself to Storm and claims that he can restore his powers. More Ren Matundo, Life Death Part 1. Chase Conley, directed by Chase Conley, written by Bo DeMayo and Charlie Feldman. April 3rd, 2024. Jubilee wants to celebrate her 18th birthday at our arcade, but Magneto refuses and tells the team to focus more on their training. Roberto consoles Jubilee, who is surprised to find a new Nintendo video game console in her room. The pair are pulled into a video game based on their previous adventures, created by the alien slave master Mojo, who appeared in X-Men anime series. Who feeds off audience engagements. Jubilee enjoys early from past missions, but is convinced by Apesio, an older digital copy herself from the game's beta creator version, she would be living an empty life. Abessa helps Jubilee and Roberto defeat Mojo, and the pair return to the real world. Jubilee kisses Roberto. Then Forge takes Storm to a ranch where he has created a machine about to restore his powers. Although it seemingly fails, Storm notices a strange owl flying over the ranch. When Forge admits he designed the technology, which mutant exhibitor, callers, and executioner's radiation guns were based on, Storm leaves in anger. The owl reveals itself to be the demon called Adversary. It brings Storm back to the ranch and poisons Forge. He's a demonic supervillain. Next up is Remember It. Emi Yomura directed, written by Bo DeMayo, April 10th, 2024. Unable to tell which memories belong to her and which belong to Madeline, Jean reveals her emotional confusion to Wolverine and kisses him. He rejects her advancements and tells her to talk to Cyclops, who he discovers has been communicating telepathically with Madeline. Magneto, Rogue, and Gambit travel to Genosha, where the Genoshan Council as Magneto lead the country. He agrees on the condition that Rogue leads with him. Rogue explains to Gambit that she has had a secret relationship with Magneto when she was younger, as his abilities allow her to touch him without hurting him, which she cannot do with Gambit. At the gala celebrating Genosha, joining UN, Rogue kisses Magneto and realizes she has made a mistake choosing him over Gambit. The time-traveling Cable arrives and Madeline reveals he is an adult. Nathan is sent back to the future before he can warn everyone of what is coming. An upgraded Master Mold and an army of Sentinels attack Genosha and kill thousands of mutants. Gambit sacrifices himself to destroy the Master Mold, leaving Rogue heartbroken. Next up is Life Death Part 2. Number 6. Directed by Chase Conley, written by Charlie Feldman, April 17th, 2024. During a war between the Shi'ar and Kree Empire. Kree are really important in Marvel. Especially the MCU. Shi'ar, that's where Ronan the Accuser is from. Shi'ar impresses Lilandra, the Marani Empress, announced her engagement to a now healed Xavier, refusing to accept her sister marrying a Terra Nova. Deathbird invokes the right of Basha and challenges Xavier to purge all of his memories of Earth to prove his loyalty to Shi'ar. Xavier's refusal denounces the memories of X-Men as well as the battle between the Shi'ar Imperial Guard and Deathbird supporters until Xavier pulls everyone into the astral plane to educate them on coexistence. One of the lessons is interrupted by a psychic vision of Gambit's death. Xavier decides to return to Earth. At the ranch, Forge uses his mother's spellbook to expel the demon, and then Storm helps him search for a rare cactus that can cure the poison. Storm finds a cactus in the cave, but cornered by the adversary once again. Overcoming her fears, Storm regains her powers and defeats the adversary. Storm heals Forge. They leave and learn about the attack on Genosha. Elsewhere, Trask is confronted by Mr. Sinister, warns that Genosha was just beginning. Number 7 is next, directed by Emmett Yamanova. Charlie Feldman and J.B. Ballard wrote this. April 24th, 2024. As X-Men hold a funeral for Gambit, Rogue angrily searches for Guy-Rich and Trask after gaining information from General Thaddeus, Thunderbolt Ross, and Captain America. Rogue finds Guy-Rich in Mexico and absorbs his memories. Guy-Rich is murdered later that night. While assisting in the recovery efforts at Genosha, X-Men are contacted by terrified Trask, who tells him he is in Madripoor. Madripoor is a city for criminals, if I remember correctly. I don't know if it's appeared in the Marvel stuff. Yeah, I know for the MCU. That's why I know it. But yeah, it's never appeared before, except in like a Spider-Man episode. Um, Madripoor is Indonesian, home to the Power Breaker, which is Sharon Carter in the MCU. Yeah. They get Rogue on the way. Roberto and Jubilee visit Roberto's mother and tell her he's a mutant. She asks him to keep his identity a secret, and Madripoor, the X-Men learn that Sinister and the UN secret OZT division have been developing a highly advanced Sentinel program. Rogue drops Chastity's death, not only activating the program if it turns him into a human Sentinel hybrid. Cable arrives, defeats Trask with an EMP, explains that Sinister is working on a greater threat that they must stop. Threat who murdered Guy-Rich is Bastion. He reveals to Sinister that Xavier is alive in space and that Magneto, presumed dead and the attack, is also still alive and is Bastion's prisoner. Bastion! Big threat. Big threat. Big super villain. But yeah. This next one's going to be a two-parter. It'll be the last episode for season 1. Cool. Sorry. Tolerant Existence is a three-parter. Part 1 is directed by Chase Conley, written by Bo DiMeo and Anthony Satelli. May 1st, 2024. Part 2, Emmett Yonemura, written by Anthony Smith. Salidi, sorry. May 8th, 2024. Part 3, directed by Chase Conley, written by Bo DiMeo and Anthony Salidi. May 15th, 2024. And here we go. Part 1, the UN reveals to the world that Xavier is alive, studying anti-mutant protests. Outside the school, Cable explains to X-Men that the Genosha Massacre is an absolute point in time that cannot be changed, and Bastion will use it to start a 300-year war that leads to enslavement of mutants in a human utopia. Cyclops, Jean, and Cable travel to Harmony, Pennsylvania, where they learn that Bastion is a human-machine hybrid who was discontinued after his father was infected with part of the advanced time-traveling Nimrod from following events of X-Men animated series, One Man Earth. Nimrod is a villain. I believe he's a Sentinel too. Members of Operation Zero Tech, OZT, express concern over the massacre and ask Dr. Cooper, monitor Bastion, who explains that he is now turning humans into prime sentinels, like Trask using Sinister's techno-organic virus. Prime sentinels activate around the world, attack mutants, and burn down Xavier's school. A horrified Cooper releases Magneto, who creates a worldwide blackout, kills thousands of people, and shuts down all the Prime Sentinels. Wolverine fears that Magneto is now declared war as Charles returns and summons the X-Men. Okay. Ooh. Part 2. Sorry, part two. Xavier is met with some distrust, um, but the X-Men focus on stopping Bastion and convincing Magneto to reverse his blackout. Magneto reestablishes Mutant Haven on Asteroid M, choosing to leave the Earth without power and reject Xavier's dream of mutant human coexistence. He invites the X-Men to join him, which Roberto and Rogue do. The rest of the X-Men return to the form base on Muir Island to regroup. They are splitting into two teams. Cyclops' blue team goes to Asteroid M from Magneto, while Storm and Jean's gold team heads to Bastion's hideout in the Galapagos Islands. Beast and Forge create a collar that can block Bastion's technopathy and sever its control over the Sentinels. Gold Team battles an army of Bastion-controlled Sentinels, as well as Sinister, who takes control of Cable's mind and uses him to overpower Jean. She sends a desperate psychic message to Cyclops on Asteroid M. Xavier attempts to take control of Magneto's mind, but is blocked. Zuri stabs and seriously injures Magneto, who begins ripping adamantium metal from Wolverine's skeleton. Part 3. While Wolverine critically injured, Xavier takes control of Magneto, restores his power to Earth, fracturing Magneto's mind. Jean, connecting to the cosmic powers of the Phoenix, places the collar on Bastion, restoring the Prime Sentinel's humanity, and reverses Sinister's mutant augmentation, which frees Cable. X-Men fight to Bastion from crashing Asteroid M to Earth. It causes a new Sentinel extinction event, which plummets Earth, but still plummets after U.S. Earth began launching missiles at the asteroid. To destroy it with Xavier's help, Magneto regains consciousness and sends the asteroid in space. It explodes and most of the X-Men are presumed dead. 6 months later, Bishop arrives and tells Forge and X-Men that the X-Men are trapped in time. Cyclops and Jean are sent to 3960 AD in a desperate future where they encounter Mother Ascani and a young Nathan, Rogue and Nightcrawler, Beast, Xavier. Mother Ascani, Rachel Summers, big interesting character. Rogue, Nightcrawler, Beast, Xavier, and Magneto are in ancient Egypt in 3000 BC, where they meet Saba Noah, who is a young version of Apocalypse, and a mid-credit scene. Apocalypse finds one of Gambit's playing cards in the present-day Genosha. Yeah, that's really it. Season 2 will be coming out sometime in 2026. But yeah, really hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, really cool stuff. And I hope you guys enjoy. Video coming after us, November 30th. We're talking about December 2025 behind the scenes, or BTS. The next TV show will be on December 2nd, where we are talking about Supernatural, the TV show. Hope you guys enjoy and have a great and wonderful day. Bye bye.